or whether it's a Doug Stanhope on the libertarian side, some of the biggest and brightest and loudest voices and most influential voices in the world of politics belong to comedians and entertainers, folks like Penn Jillette. And here's the thing, the amazing thing about the world in which we live. Jon Stewart, of course, a man that can move the needle like you wouldn't believe with The Daily Show. Not for much longer, but nevertheless. The interesting thing about that is, and it's what we talk about on this show all the time, folks like Byron Allen can go off on Comcast saying, hey, you paid, you threw Al Sharpton a 60th birthday party. You bought the least expensive Negro is what you did. And anybody else couldn't say that. But because Byron Allen is a comedian, a comic, someone whose life is based in satire, they have and we have kind of the enviable position of being able to be like, this isn't a serious show. This is satirical. But in that world of comedy, oh, God, it allows you to speak truth. In the world of satire, it allows you to speak truth more clearly than so-called respected media outlets. So it's not really that surprising when you think about it that some of the biggest and brightest political voices in our day and age, whether it be the Jon Stewarts or the Penn Jillettes or the Doug Stanhopes or whoever the hell it is, or, in some teeny tiny way, this show, it's not surprising that the biggest and brightest voices in the world of politics are rooted in satire, because that's a pretty big thing to say. Comcast, you bought the least expensive Negro, and it takes a comedian to be able to say that, no matter how true it might be. Anyways, Byron Allen said, instead of spending real money with 100% African-American owned media, it's easier to give him $50,000 to give them cover. Allen says the industry spends about $50 billion a year licensing cable networks in which 100% African-American owned media receive less than $3 million per year out of the $50 billion. He said it creates generational wealth and market caps that do not exist in our community because they're able to pay people like Al Sharpton cover to not truly do business with 100% African-American owned media. Allen said that Obama has also colluded with Comcast, saying the president has been bought and paid for. Now look, Comcast have a right to do in this free market society of America whatever the hell they want business-wise. Discriminatory practices, I'm going to leave that one alone because I don't have an opportunity to dig through Comcast books, nor do I have that much of an interest in doing it. And Byron Allen might be barking up the wrong tree. Maybe he doesn't have an argument. They have $50 billion a year to spend, and they only give $3 million a year to 100% African-American owned media companies. Well, that's their choice. That's their money. They can spend it on whatever they want to. Does he have an argument there? No. But what the real interesting and what the illuminating part of this conversation is the fact that here's a guy that speaks for black media going, ooh, Al Sharpton? No, he just takes a payday, so the rest of us get cheated. This is a guy who you can pay to make racial problems go away. And apparently not even pay that much. Throw me a nice birthday party. Give me a cake. And all that stuff about civil rights and equality goes away for a birthday cake. And, well, I don't think Byron Allen is barking up the right tree in terms of asking for more money from Comcast. He is barking up the right tree in bringing to light what a freaking shyster Al Sharpton is and how little of what he does is based in principle. And for that, Byron Allen, we thank you.
Here I come again, coming again, taking it back to the place where I'm picking up the pen. And before I started, it's already a killer. When you know that you're good, I gotta say that it's a thriller. Hey, I do it my way, bitch. Taking advantage of the gift, we gotta make it and pay to play. So what do you say, bitch? What do you say? Is here that what I did just blew you away? I'm ripping you up, tearing you down, checking it out. Gonna be making a kick, cause that's what I am all about. I got clout, and I don't have to shout it, but I will cause I can help that I am buzzing about it. Check what I say, I only do it my way. Check what I say, I only do it my way. make you slam. I said, what sham? There ain't no sham. Just let's be to your feet from the fat fucking jam. My oh my, I gotta say I defy anybody to be asking me the reason why I do what I do with this fucking fat crew. You're hearing it now, and it's gotta be getting through to you. Pumping it up just a little bit more, cause now is the time that I even the score. So just look around, there's no calm to be found as you move to the sound of the jam and you slam and I play. I only do it my way. I only do it my way. That's the way we do what we do. That's the way we do what we do. That's the way we do what we do. We do what we do. We do what we do. That's the way we do what we do. That's the way we do what we do. That's the way we do what we do. We do what we do. We do what we do. Yeah, what we do. Give it up, give it up, yeah. What we do. Give it up, yeah. Give it up, yeah. Bring this on, come on, come on.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah, yeah.
So, we're looking down the barrel of an election in 2016 and the campaign trail. Not in an open way, but the campaign trail is definitely heating up. Lots of people sort of hinting, suggesting, implying that they might be throwing their hat in the ring to run for president. Testing the waters, seeing if it's met favorably before they have to embark on raising billions and billions of dollars to pay for their campaigns. 4 years ago, after the election of Obama for the second time, I probably would have told you that, well, maybe we'd have to go back a little bit farther. But there was a stage in the game where I would have thought the Tea Party, that's a valid political option. That, well, do you remember when the Tea Party first sort of came to prominence? When it came about, I kind of thought it was something cool. It felt inclusive. It felt like it wasn't an R&D thing, a right and left thing. It felt like it was more about principles than about a party. But it's interesting because as much as I thought it was about principles and not about a party, and I thought that sort of a Tea Party candidate after 4 more years of Obama, when, unless he really managed to turn things around, after 4 more years of Obama, a Tea Party candidate might be a viable candidate because it seemed to, like I said, be inclusive, cater to principle rather than knee-jerk reactions to claiming you're in a specific party. But there's no two ways about it. Since then, it's been hijacked. It really was. It was this inclusive thing. There was this idea that, well, it was for Democrats and for Republicans, and then it swung so far to the right that it's more or less a joke at this stage in the game. And before you start calling me a redcoat, let me tell you why it's a joke. Tea Party, great ideas, outstanding ideas, stunning, stellar, incredible, based in principles I can really get behind with ideas, great ideas, horrendous, horrible execution. Tea Party has basically succeeded in pissing all over their own feet, and their initial message, by being so freaking screamy and shouty and extreme, that the Tea Party is viewed by a lot of people I know as being a dangerous fringe group of wackadoos that's a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Westboro Baptist Church. I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm saying that's the perception. A lot of people would tell you that the Tea Party was hijacked by the far right after its inception. But the conspiracy theorist in me, that one tiny piece of Alex Jones that I have floating around in my mind, says maybe, just maybe, the Tea Party was a left-wing Democratic plot to divide the right. So they're just this bickering, feuding mess in the run-up to the next election, which, let's be real here. Let's check in with the right. Oh, yeah, bickering, feuding mess in the run-up to the next election. Seems to be working if that was the case. Now, here's the thing. I'm not in any particular party. We've discussed this. I'm in the Me Party. I also think that who is in power has made zero freaking difference in my daily life, ever. If you're like me, and I hope you are, you take responsibility. I take responsibility for myself, my life, my actions, my future. The day you start relying on a politician or your political party to affect any real kind of change in your life, then you, my friend, have just bought yourself a one-way ticket to My Life Sucksville, part of the greater incorporated county of Disappointmentburg. So, I kind of sort of don't care who's in power. I look at it this way. Does a candidate speak to me? I could give a crap about what increasingly meaningless label is placed on his or her candidacy. But it's an interesting one. Even dyed-in-the-wool Republicans I know are pretty much of the opinion that Hillary Clinton is this unstoppable train that can't be beaten. Like, what are the Republican options right now? Chris Christie? He's too soft for half of the Republican Party, hanging out, high-fiving with Obama. Not only soft because he's a big, fat, lard-ass, fat-filled fatty, but his version of Republicanism has him being accused of being a liberal in disguise. And if you think I'm joking about him not getting elected because he's a fatty, I'm not. Right or wrong, America looks down on the rotund, and I don't, but I do look at a guy like that and have certain health concerns. Being the president is a seriously stressful gig. If you've been double fisting bacon wrapped bacon for years and bleed a mixture of gravy and Rocky Road, I really don't know if your ticker is going to have what it takes to stand up to some of the hypertension-inducing situations that being a president no doubt entails. Rand Paul? Yeah, no. He says gay marriage will lead to bestiality and copies his speeches from Wikipedia. Case closed. Next. Ted Cruz. Ooh, Ted Cruz. Now that's a tricky one. See, the left thinks he's a vile, awful, filibuster, fame-whoring troglodyte. But that doesn't matter. People on the right like him. And he does appear to have some, what I call legitimate public concern. A desire to serve the people of America. Where it all falls down for Ted Cruz is his gene pool. I don't know if you know this about Ted Cruz, but his dad, Rafael Cruz, is a psychotic piece of awful that must be stopped. This is a guy who fought to install Castro to power in Cuba. Realized that Cuba under Castro was not good times, came to America, and is now surreptitiously pushing Cuban dictatorial rhetoric in his preaching because he's a man of the cloth, by the way, who loves saying things like, what's some Ted Cruz stuff? Rafael Cruz, rather, his dad. What does he like to say? He loves to say things like, if you agree with politicians I don't agree with, you're not going to get into heaven. True story, he did that with Harry Reid. He also said that it's a bummer that there's a law against preaching hate speech because those laws get in the way of being able to say how he really feels about gays. And he twists the Bible passages in his sermons to create anything from the death penalty to gay bashing to being a Democrat, being awful and things that are going to send you to hell. So yeah, Ted Cruz's dad, let's just reiterate, he's a psychotic, hate-mongering piece of crap that needs to keep his religion the hell out of American politics. Sorry you killed for Castro, and that turned out to be a bum deal. Glad we were able to welcome you into America and provide the freedom and democracy that you required to thrive. Happy to do it for you, because that's the American thing to do. But I'm going to need you to have a nice, tall, cool glass of shut the hell up if you want to do the right thing for your kid and for the common good. Rafael Cruz, hate-mongering piece of crap. Yet, Ted Cruz is there high-fiving the old man whenever he can because he knows the flock. Anybody that would pray at the church of Rafael Cruz, he knows that the flock are a bunch of easily controlled, mindless idiots that can be duped into pulling voting levers for whoever the old man says to, because if they don't, they're going straight to hell. Ted Cruz, despite the fact that he's a guy who fame-whored a filibuster into an appearance on The Tonight Show, appears to have some charisma and a degree of public concern. But until he publicly divorces himself from his fascist old man, any run at being president is going to be pretty much a joke. And even if he does do that, could be too little too late. Basically, what I'm saying